Hello again. I wanted to talk a little bit about the immigration enforcement efforts that are going on currently by the Trump administration. In Ohio, which is a state where they were claiming that Haitians were eating cats and dogs. Well, now they are having Haitians that were on TPS. Their TPS got canceled, and I guess some of them are being fitted with electronic tethers. I've always found electronic tethers to be kind of just a money making scam. So people that complain about, well, why don't they leave these people in jail and stuff like that? Because I know I've watched the news before and somebody could be accused of something absolutely awful. And then they talk about the bond that they were granted. And then you think about it, it's like, wait a minute. So for 10% of that, they can get out. It's just like, it's kind of ridiculous. And then they're out until their trial. But there's no real reason to believe that they would not run for it. And I mean, these are some people accused of some pretty heinous things. And I just always thought, well, yeah, these electronic tethers just seem to be just kind of a money making scam because I know that people have to pay for those out of pocket. Just like people who get DUIs and they get their car fitted with that contraption where you need to blow in it for it to work. It's just kind of a money making scam, in my opinion. It's just like send people to jail or not. Like, why create a business opportunity for someone to sell car breathalyzers and electronic tethers? But anyway, that is what is happening in Ohio, with people who are Haitian immigrants who are on TPS. Now, I think it's very sad. I think it's very unfortunate. I think it's dehumanizing. Um, and it just kind of breaks my heart. Now, I remember when people in Springfield, Ohio were complaining that Haitians were eating cats and dogs. I remember there was one man who was like a business owner of some sort. He was involved in manufacturing. He said, well, the Haitians, they work. They work and they can stand by their machine all day. And, the locals can't do that because I guess the locals, let him tell it, are kind of like strung out on drugs and stuff like that. So these people have an electronic tether and they can either go back to Haiti or be electronically tethered and monitored like wildlife animals and work at their manufacturing plant. Now, what does that sound like to you? To me, that sounds like slavery. So, I don't know. This is all just very unfortunate. All of this seems like a money making scheme, just like when they talked about, what was that called? Alligator Alcatraz and like ice camps. I'm like, okay, well, why do there need to be ice camps at all? Like, why are you not just deporting people if that is what you want to do? Um, why detain these people? And I think that there's a lot of sexual slavery going on there because people are turning up pregnant. So obviously there is some sexual activity going on between prisoners. I assume that the prisons are all one sex. So, obviously whoever's in charge of the prison is taking advantage of these women. The men are probably being taken advantage of as well, but men don't get pregnant. So this is absolutely terrible. And I will say, more people, yeah, I am going to say, I mean, I told you so. I never dreamt that things would get this bad. This is exceeding my expectations, and I expected things to be bad. But man, people should have been out in droves supporting Harris, in droves. And now look at people out here electronically tethered. So it's a shame. I hate it. I certainly wish that this did not happen. One more thing. I can't remember which South American country it was, but someone got sent back to South America. They got deported, sent back to South America. They ended up getting killed because people that are deported, um, they leave with $2,600. Now, I mean, $2,600, that's quite a bit of money. But in a lot of other countries, 2,600 USD, and this is on the news being discussed. I mean, that is an absolute fortune. I mean, to me, $2,600 is a lot of money. I wouldn't call it a fortune though, but in El Salvador or Guatemala, I mean, that is a fortune. So someone got killed over, so, well, let me just say someone got killed. I suspect it was over the money. And it may have even been a couple. I can't remember. I cannot remember. But I just think this is a shame. And I really wish more people had supported Harris. But a lot of people from other countries, they supported Trump. I have no idea what they were thinking. And even now, there are people who are from other countries and they're kind of tap dancing around the internet because they have their green card. And I'm like, wow, that's really mean. That's not nice at all. I don't agree. But I do think that a lot of people from other countries like Trump because that is the kind of leadership that they are used to. Um, but that's also why the country that they're from is messed up because they had this weird, dictator, just trying to ground everybody into the ground. So, yeah, weird dictators, they never actually prosper. They do not. And they don't bring about stability, they don't bring about goodwill. They don't really do anything except glorify themselves. And then they try and cover it up with propaganda. So, anyway, that is where we are. I think it's a shame. It's very sad to see what's happening to people. It's sad how people are going with their spouses to court to try and finalize their documentation to be in this country. And then pretty much people's spouses are getting kidnapped. Um, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. People's spouses are getting pretty much kidnapped and held for ransom. So it's unfortunate, but I try to help. Anyway, moving on. Bye.